Hello everyone! Thank you for watching Sana's Trip Tips. This is Sana. From this video, I'll be starting to introduce the famous Maldives! It's only a 1 hour flight away from Sri Lanka.
Those who love the turquoise beach, marine activities, island hopping, all these things, you've definitely chosen the right video to watch.
Today I'll be introducing a local island in Maldives. I think those who are very familiar with the country would only know about this island. This island is filled with so much beauty and activities, and I would like all of you to know all about it. I looked it up on the internet and went through YouTube videos, but found only very limited information. We stayed on the island for 1 full month and made so many different friends on the island, from hotel workers, restaurant owners, marine activity tour managers, and lots more. I'm quite sure no other website or YouTube videos introduce about this island more than us. We just have so much connections and accurate information that we want to share.
By the time you finish watching this video, you'll definitely be an expert about this island and surely will consider visiting.
Everyone, the new way to enjoy Maldives is to go to a local island. So, let's go check it out!
Preview.
Maldives is a country that's most popular for being a perfect honeymoon destination. It's also known as the Pearl Necklace of the Indian Ocean. Maldives has one of the most beautiful oceans in the world. It's a small island nation with various kinds of coral reefs stretched across the country. It's so luxurious because basically each island is owned by a hotel, meaning that the whole of each island is one resort. It's called One Resort, One Island, and this extravagance is one of the fascinations of Maldives. So as many of you know, Maldives is very popular amongst honeymooners, but the thing is that it's so pricey. Many of you might think that it's a place to go maybe just once in a lifetime for a special honeymoon or a dream location that's completely out of reach. But there is a way to go to Maldives at a cheap price. Until recently, Maldives only gave permission to foreigners to go to resort islands. However, in the past few years, they've allowed tourism in local islands, and this made it possible to go to the world's most beautiful Pearl Necklace Indian Ocean at an unbelievably low price. The time when we used to think that Maldives was a dream country has come to an end. Today, I would like to introduce Maร์ฟชิ Island, one of the most popular and accessible local islands.
Amazing fact about Maร์ฟชิnumber 1! Obviously, the most beautiful sea in the world and the colorful village.
The biggest attraction is, I don't think there's any need to explain, but the world's most beautiful sea. The Maldives Ocean obviously ranks in the world's top 10 most beautiful oceans announced by TMW. In a place where you can see its beautiful color, infinite transparent water, colorful fish and corals, turtles, dolphins and sharks so easily, it's just as if you hopped into the world of Little Mermaid. Not to mention the sea, the beauty of the island itself, such as the beach and cityscape, will surely exceed your expectation as well. Signboards and walls of the buildings have cute and very colorful paintings everywhere, and it's an ideal location for great Instagram shots. There are many hotels, restaurants, and convenience stores, so it's very convenient.
And Youngi's happy to see cup noodles. Number 2. Be surprised at how cheap it is to travel there.
According to JTB, one of the most biggest travel agents in Japan, the price for the most popular Maldives tour at the end of March 2020 was about $6,454 US to $10,140 US for 2 people joining a 4-day plan. But when you choose to go to Maร์ฟชิ Island, it only costs about $930 US per person for a round trip from Japan on Singapore Airlines. The one-way ferry ride from Maldives International Airport to Maร์ฟชิ Island is $20 each way.
We are on the speedboat.
So if there's 2 people, it's $80 for a round trip. For the hotel, $300 US is enough for 4 nights. So the total amount is roughly around $2,240 US for 2 people, which is less than a quarter of the price of tours operated by major travel agencies. The best thing to note is that both resort and local islands share the same sea. The sea of the local island is incredibly beautiful. Isn't it better if it's cheaper then? Of course, right? By the way, it's very easy to travel from Sri Lanka to Maldives since it's only an hour flight away and the round trip is only $230 US per person. So I recommend you to travel to Maldives along with your Sri Lanka trip.
Number 3. There are so many different kinds of cheap excursions.
If you have come all the way to Maldives, you would want to snorkel and do diving in the beautiful sea, right? It depends on the hotel, but snorkeling tours cost around $45 and diving costs around $180 for 2 dives when joining tours at a large resort. This is the price per person without service tax, etc. So if we add 20% for the service tax plus any other additional costs, it will easily cost you over $500 for 2 people to join a few tours. In Mafushi Island, you can enjoy a snorkeling tour for $35 a day per person, diving tour for $80 per person for 2 dives, which is only about 1/3 of the price at a resort. Moreover, all these prices are tax included. This is a great choice for those who love marine activities, as you can enjoy yourself as much as you want without being worried about the price. Other than snorkeling and diving, there are so many other tours such as the sunken boat and shark tour, whale watching, dolphin watching, fishing tour, resort tour, etc. On the island, you can do jet skiing, go on a banana boat, do wakeboarding, kite surfing, and lots more. It's harder not to find anything to do. Of course, all of them are super affordable.
Number 4. Great access.
When you arrive at Maldives Airport, it is common to take a boat or seaplane to each resort. Depending on the resort, you may have further connections and may take nearly 2 hours on the seaplane. If your destination is to Mafushi, there are 1 or 2 ferries that depart each hour from the airport the entire day. The ride is only 35 minutes, so the transportation is really easy and convenient. I'll give more details on how to get to Mafushi Island in another video, so please check it out too.
Number 5. Reasonable price.
Regarding hotel prices, the range is from $30 to $180 depending on the rank. Restaurants will cost about $15 to $30 per person, so there's not a big difference to Japan. You might think, well then it's not that cheap, but no, it's actually really cheap. Every resort has the one island, one resort system. So if you're at one resort, they're super nice, but you have no choice other than their food, beverages, and activities. That means once you step into the resort, there are no other competitors, so there's no way out from having to pay their extremely high asking price. If you don't use the all-inclusive plan, which means it's all you can eat and drink for the entire time of your stay, it can easily cost you more than $920 for a 3-day stay with 2 people. Some people might not mind because it's their honeymoon, but if I were you, I would like to come back to this beautiful Maldivian sea as much as I can, so I'll choose to go to a much reasonable local island. So far, I've introduced the good things about Mafushi Island, but there are also some things that you have to be careful of.
Number 1. You can't drink alcohol.
If you like drinking, I very much understand that you will love to enjoy a nice chilled beer or cocktail as you look out to see the beautiful turquoise sea. However, Maldives is an Islam nation, so you are not allowed to drink on this local island. You might be wondering because we so often see Instagram posts of Maldives with fancy cocktails. This is because at resort islands and hotels near the airport where foreigners stay, they get a special alcohol license to get permission to serve alcohol. Mafushi is a local island and there are local Maldivians too, so alcohol is totally banned on the island.
Number 2. Ladies, you must cover your skin. You're right, no bikinis.
Again, for religious reasons, women are basically prohibited from walking around the island in bikinis and have to cover their shoulders and legs. There have been cases when people have been arrested in the past, so you need to be careful. Even so, there are beaches where you're allowed to wear bikinis, and as long as you have something to throw on top of your swimsuit, it's good enough. The rest that I mentioned earlier was only because she swam in an area where bikinis weren't allowed and kept ignoring instructions from local residents. So don't worry too much. As long as you have your basic mannerism, you won't be in any trouble.
Number 3. You'll have to know how to speak English.
Most people on the island speak English, but for some people who do not speak English, language may be an issue at first. You must make your own bookings and arrange the transportation ferry to Mafushi Island on your own, in English. If you use a travel agency, the agency may arrange it for you. When you book a hotel on booking.com or any other traveling website, you will receive receive emails such as which transportation are you using, or please let us know your flight details, so on and so forth. If you get to the island, you can use gestures even though you cannot speak English, so it'll be fine. But it's always better to inform travel details to your hotels, so just the emailing part might be troublesome. But again, no worries. We have examples of fixed phrases on how to reply to all the emails listed in Yonggi's blog, so please feel free to use them. I've put the link to the blog below in the description and comment. But just to let you know, there are many boats owned by various hotels that depart from the airport to Mafushi, so it's not so much of a big deal if you don't book a ferry in advance. You'll surely make it to the island. If you really want to arrange a ferry with a hotel in advance, just to be sure, please refer to the blog.
Number 4. There are no super high-class hotels in Mafushi.
This may not be such a big deal to some people, but there are no high-class luxurious hotels on Mafushi like other resorts. I'll be introducing more details on hotel recommendations in another video, but basically the hotels range from cheap guesthouse-like hotels to decent 4-star level hotels. Until 2019, there were no hotels that had an infinity pool, but in 2020, a brand new hotel with a pool has finally opened. I'll definitely go check it out later this year.
So how was it? I'm sure you were fascinated by its beauty. So if you can get a rough idea of what Mafushi Island is like and actually plan to go visit someday in the future, I would be very, very happy. It's one of the best islands that we've ever been to, the most beautiful sea that we've ever seen, and the most fun excursions that we've ever done in the past. So I recommend it a lot. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the scenery, give us a huge like. If you'd like to continue the journey with us, make sure to subscribe. Thanks. Bye.
Are on our way to our one-day tour. I'm excited.